I understand. Hello, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm sorry, YouTube, and of course, Haps. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to teach art today, and that was a little difficult to work with so many kids and projects and paint and glue. It could it could take a toll on a person. But nevertheless, I'm just gonna come on here for you today. If you notice the title, it is called "Don't Forget." Let's not forget. I believe that's what it is. I'm sorry, it's like it's nothing coming out of here. Well, I have enough on. Okay, let me share with you all real quick a couple of things. And I also want to say salute to everybody because I haven't come on here to talk to you as often as I once was because I had to get to the place to say, okay, let me get my house in order. And once my house is in order, then I can come with not necessarily a clear mind because we can never clear everything out right now, not in this place. But I can say that I would come on with a peaceful mind. And that's better than anything to me. So I just wanted to let you know that if you have anything in your life that's disrupting your peace and it's making it hard for you to come to the Father or before Him because you feel condemnation, because you're dealing with things that I'm removing you out of a place of peace and you find yourself going out to confront those things. You got to be very careful. And a lot of that is our family members and whatnot. And so I just want to give a little encouragement, just a little bit right here, just to let you know sometimes you have to, I mean, look, you're going to have to leave people alone. It's not fair for people to disrespect you or whatever, and then you still maintain um, the same level of giving and everything that you were before. I read that you owe no man nothing but to love him. And just because I pull back my hand from somebody does not mean that I don't love them. Giving gifts are for a person really that earn them for the most part. And if you want to just give a gift just because, but it's something wrong with you if you keep giving the gift, but them to keep going upside your head or keep treating you poorly. What you're teaching them is that that kind of behavior is good, and I don't know, or that it's fine, and you're encouraging them by then supporting it with gifts, and that's not what we do. I don't know who told us that. Even in the Bible it tells us that we're blessed when we do what the Father has asked us to do, and when we don't, we curse ourselves. It's not that you're mistreating anybody, they've mistreated themselves out of your favor, and that's fine. Just like if a man walks away from the wife that he was given in his youth, that's on him. You can't keep blaming yourself for the actions of others. And you can't keep feeling like you got to keep throwing out your pearls to people with swine behavior. Swine that don't care. They just do whatever. All right. I can't go too much into that. But I also want to remind you that tomorrow is the Sabbath day as we observe it, the Sabbath day. Now, I don't know, I was reading in Jeremiah and I never really knew how to observe these feast days and whatnot. And I'm gonna share a little backdrop with you on that, and I'm gonna make this a very quick broadcast if I can. All right, the Sabbath day. He had told us to keep the holy and to observe it. It's established. I don't know why people told us that it didn't matter. Not to mention that we were sitting in the four walls of buildings that act like that wasn't no big thing. And they made it seem like that was, the what we were supposed to do was partake in buying some chicken dinners and I don't know, the pastor's anniversary and all that kind of foolishness, or come and clean up the church when the Bible tells us clearly that you don't do no work, you don't carry no burden, you don't do nothing. You don't do anything, but it's given unto him, and he's given back to us by giving us a day of rest. And it really what it is a day of observing his word and being in his presence and hearing what it is that he has to say to you. And if we're working 9 times out of 10, our focus is on what we're doing. And if we're not getting any rest, then we're acting as if the Father didn't create these days and then tell us after He did everything that it is finished and He took a day of rest. And He's asking us that we are made in the likeness of His image. We are His sons and His daughters. So we're supposed to partake of those same things, and the things that He said are holy. So it don't matter if you don't observe them. I am done fighting with those that made a decision that they don't want to do, and they're gonna go their own way. And I'm just gonna share what he told me to share, and then we're gonna leave it at that. But nevertheless, it would make sense for you, the Most High dropped in my spirit today. Like, don't keep dealing with you asking me to teach you. You asking to sit at my feet. You asking that I'm asking him that I unlearn all of the stuff that we was taught, all of the things we were being indoctrinated with, and I'm asking him to teach me himself. Let the Holy Spirit, his spirit, guide me into all truth by his precious son. Hallelujah. That's what I'm asking for. Needless to say, when he say something, I gotta be obedient. I can't override it. So he was like, this is what he dropped in my spirit. I was in my house cleaning up. Didn't even know I'm being led. Do all your cleaning today. Yes, today is Friday. So that tomorrow you can observe the day. Do all your cooking tonight. Go buy a bowl and prep your food, even for the animals. Doesn't want me to do anything tomorrow but relax and observe his time, his presence, his spirit, all of this. And then his son, all in one, just observing everything. This is how we learn, sitting at his feet, so he could share with us. And that's what I want to say about the Sabbath day. So he told me to go about water, prep food. I already cleaned the house and take care of everything that you need to shop for. You need to do it today or you need to do it Sunday, but not on Saturday. All right, I'm done with that. I also want to share with you about the Sabbath. I'm sorry, the holy the law, or maybe I should say the commandments in the Old Testament. Somebody was talking about it today, and if y'all get a chance to go look at Teo Ministries. But I just wanted to share this, and this is what the Most High gave me today. Was that I'm just trying to make sure I have it right. That all of these things that we're asking to know, all of these things, the church had really, or the organization of the church had threw away all of the Old Testament, the old commandments, everything. And that's why the Father said, as a Christian, hey, you can still be a Christian. Hey, Miss Johanna, you can still be a Christian. I don't have a problem with that, but you just got to observe the whole book. I'm just not in the Old Testament, I'm in the New. But what he was telling me is that's why we always striving as man and woman, striving to live right. Because the church made us think that it was just that you live by grace. And then they tell you to live right, don't sin. But then they turn around and tell you that it's not by works. Is it by grace? Is it by works? What exactly is it? Well, we know that in order to go with him, we're going to have faith. Definitely faith. But most importantly, that's why it's important to observe those commandments because the Father didn't hide what you needed to know. He made it very clear. Honor thy mother and thy father. Have no other idols. Don't fornicate. Don't covet. All of those. Don't have, what is it? No idols before him, no images of him. Um, oh, I'm just trying to think of all of them. Like, we don't steal, we don't murder. So he's making it very clear. Then he went on to give other ones that he'll begin to inscribe on your heart. All of a sudden, you're like, I used to like this, but I don't eat this anymore. There's so many things. And it's not that it's a lie. It's just that the more you get drawn into him, you start mirroring what he told us to do. He gave us this so that we will have a roadmap or a sense of direction as to how we live. I don't just go out here and date my brother's, my sister's husband. We don't do these things. We don't go sleep with our sons or our daughters. He gave us, we don't go and because our neighbor has a new car, we go out and buy the exact same one. Coveting. I don't look at somebody's boyfriend or fiance and figure, well, all is fair in love and war. I'll just go out and get them. I'll take them. We don't do these things. So the words that he gave us, you could call it law. To me, I call it structure and standards. Even in dating and marriage, you got to have some standards. It can't be that you just do what you want to do. You know, people would be sleeping with folks on the first day, and maybe they have. I'm not saying that they can't be forgiven. I'm just saying that if we did anything, we would have several people that we are laying up with, and people do these things. It would not just be that we would party all the time. We would mistreat our bodies. We would ignore the Most High if we didn't have something to follow. And then I found that when I was living in the new, when the pastor was telling us certain things didn't matter, and Old Testament and all that stuff being done away with, then we was trying to figure out what we were supposed to do. Just don't sin. Well, what was sin? And it was always equated to just the sexual sins. Ain't talk about nothing else. The thoughts or things that you say about somebody. The Most High let me in on the fact that we're not supposed to bear false witness against our neighbor. So I can't be looking at my husband or whomever. We don't have an issue. I'm just saying I can't be an accuser. And I can remember being that person that you say, well, I know, well, where was you? Who was you on the phone with? Can't do that. It's bearing false witness or talking about your coworker and they haven't done anything. But you assume that they have because they have a track record or they're guilty. We can't do that. That's what the word tells us that we cannot do. And when you look at it, it gave us a structure on how to live peacefully, how to walk upright, how to clothe ourselves. It gave us balance. And it pulls you, it draws you more into him. And of course, I can't live by this alone, but that's the beginning. And then I'm, it's sort of like coming into righteousness. I'm not talking about where you can't send a message. When people feel like that's all, that's the end all, and walking around here and they rough and they harsh, that's not it either. Excuse me. So, anyways, I was just telling you to prepare for the Sabbath day, and I see they messing with my broadcast. I'm surprised they let it go on as long as they did. So this, I'm sorry, I'm flipping it back and forth because I'm trying to get it to focus in and stop this slow motion thing. This is how they do me. So I was learning with everything that has happened lately. It's almost like the world has just, I don't know. Like I said, none of this matters anymore. It wasn't by happenstance that my house was going through, my truck. And, people may say, well, and family. Man, those are devils and witches. No devil and witch touching me. The thing is, as the Most High was starting to make it where he was removing those things that we actually felt attached to. So you have no attachment to no material things and no worldly things. And this is the thing that people may not want to see, but we're going to have family. It might not be the family that we came in here with, our biological native family, might not be them. I'm not trying to be funny. I know we got this belief out here that everybody is going to make it somehow, and we just keep praying for them. Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. Of course you pray for them. I don't want to make you think you don't. The Father is clear. He says he has his. You should be praising him that your eyes are open. And then that just the goodness of him should provoke others to jealousy to get it right. If they're not being provoked, I don't know. Sorry. That would just tell me that they don't feel they actually like everything here. See, somebody wrote me today and they was like, oh, you heard what Mr. B said. He said everybody is mandatory to be, bitten. And I'm like, I wouldn't have never even known if she didn't call or text or whatever. The bottom line is, fam, uh, family, those that are, he don't rule you. I know he may rule this land. I get it. He don't rule you. He shouldn't rule your emotions, the way you think. Nothing should move. Nothing. I have something to read you all. Sorry. I tried to get connection for like 40 minutes and couldn't. Could not. Haps was giving me the blues, so to speak, or it belonged to them. So they do what they want to do. Tell you a little story today. One of my daughters thought that she could be disrespectful, and a lot of our children, teenagers are, young adults. It's not limited to just them. And the bottom line, there's an ugly spirit in this world. Hey, Miss Julianne, my dear sisters are here. Bless you both. And I had to make a decision. I was like, I'm not picking you up from work. And people may say that's cruel. And I had several calls. Well, how's she supposed to get home, man? I told her yesterday when she did it, when she was running her mouth. See, I don't have time.